card. Brian Furby from Pro MMA Now, just after the Strikeforce Fejao versus Hendo event with Jorge Gurgel. First round submission victory over Billy Vaughan. George, you said in the post-fight press conference that that you weren't real happy. Why don't you share some thoughts on that?
I changed my mind. I guess I just talked to my coaches a lot, and I think I just trained. I think I trained so hard. I trained so hard for a war, and I'm ready. I wanted to feel some flesh. I don't know if that's bad for me. I want to hit him. I wanted to hurt him. Every opponent. I just want to land strikes, and I feel like I just talked to John Stutzman, and mainly the man that's been with me this whole entire camp, like every single day, lived in my house and got me ready. Dorian Price, Crew Dorian's over there, and I just had a talk with him, and that's why I came to the conclusion to be happy about it. You know, I did my job was to finish the fight the quickest way possible. The guillotine is my go-to move. I knew he was going to do that, and I guess I should be grateful for it.
As a bonus, I mean, you know, I think a lot of the critics now will believe that you do really have a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, because I know there was some question about that before, but no, it is admittedly it is strange to see you using Jiu-Jitsu so effectively in a fight instead of standing on the feet and just, you know, beating the holy hell out of people. But you know, Mike and I were talking on the way up, just saying that you know, kind of question, you know, just I mean, what you did tonight, you know, if you use the jiu-jitsu, you'd be done in a couple minutes. Now, you know, you say you're happy now after the fight, but are we gonna in the next fight, are we gonna see some more of that Brazilian jiu-jitsu that we know you're famous for?
Do you know how many days of jiu-jitsu I trained for this fight, John? I brought the best Thai boxing in the world that I know to live in my house, and he pretty much put me through Thai boxing hell and footwork and head movement, and I did strikes like 95% of my camp, and I knew that I was going to end up using my jiu-jitsu. I warmed up with John Jiu-Jitsu for this fight for 10 minutes, and now I have time to actually go back and focus on my jiu-jitsu training. I didn't do any. I've been doing it for 18 years, so all I do is a little looped up, get a rolling time with quality people, and it's right back. It's muscle memory to me. I'm just really enjoying getting better and better at Thai boxing. Dorian's made me a monster. I think my footwork changed tremendously. Rob Redford and him together are like the dream team that I think I never had. And I really think I'm improved as a fighter, as a martial artist. I can take my time. I don't see red anymore. I want to pick my opponents apart and bring the next guy. I'm going to beat you up too.
And speaking of the next guy, I mean, you're not the type to call out an individual in particular, but I will ask you this, though. I mean, with especially with how quick tonight went and everything, how soon are you looking to get back in the cage?
If anybody had pulled out after my fight, immediately I would have jumped right in back there. As soon as they call me, you know, I'm a professional. I'll keep myself in shape. It can be with anybody. I never turn down a fight. So whoever Strikeforce matches me up with, if it's next week, I'm coming.
And you think this win tonight? I know you were fighting in front of your essentially your hometown crowd. You know, you brought a ton of fans with you, sold a lot of tickets and everything. But do we expect next time to see you back on the televised portion of the card in a 3-round war?
Oh, a 3-round quick fight. I can use jiu-jitsu again and then win again real quick. Yeah, they know better. They know better not to put me in the prelims anymore. I left the point pretty clear about that. I want to say I did all this, my motivation really, as I said back there. All of this is because my coaches and my students, they're the motivation. They really, I wake up every day, try my hardest physically and mentally so I can lead a team by example. And I know that today finally I made them proud, and that makes me happy. That's my main thing. It's for my students in my school, John, Dorian, Rob, all my students. I love you guys. I appreciate the unconditional love, and bring the next dude.
Before we talked, you said there is someone you wanted to single out. You know, I mean, obviously the students and the fans and everything are important to you, but who is, you know, there's somebody else very important to you. Had a little battle of her own tonight. So why don't you tell us, of course, about your recently betrothed Zoila Frausto Gurgel.
I knew she was ready. Zoila actually does better in the sport than I do. She's the champion of the world. She's a gifted athlete. She was probably more nervous for me than I was for her, man. And she's always ready when it's fight day. She has the most. She's got the right mental state for the sport. She's an athlete, and like I said, Crew Dorian trained her also every single day, so her Muay Thai got better. John trained her every day. Her Jiu-Jitsu gets better, and I was sure she's gonna pull out a win. I don't know how she was. I just didn't want her to get too beat up, and it's a great way to start a year. And I found out 2 seconds after I won. I looked at Tracy, the photographer. And I said I was going to say if my wife won, if I want to have to run to the locker room and get in the phone. and she was on Twitter with a camera, and she looked at me. She goes, "Zoila won." It's exactly 2 minutes after I won, and she said the fight was over, and she got a victory. So I knew right there before I spoke. It's unreal, dude. It's we worked hard, and it's an awesome day for the family, I guess.
And this is something, I mean, obviously you both fight on the same night. I mean, opposite sides of the country, but, with a common goal. Was this training camp any different for you? I know that, you two have been trained together for a while now, and you worked with her, I mean, in her quest for the world championship and everything. But did you find it tougher to also find time to concentrate on yourself while getting her ready for this fight?
Another person I have to get credit again is Dorian. Dorian stayed on my butt all the time to make sure that we were even training different schedules. It was training camp. It was difficult for both of us. We train really really hard, and we have different schedules. We have the same trainers. She followed the game plan the way she's supposed. She was ready to fight. I knew she was gonna win. Redo that question because I didn't like it because I forgot what you asked.
The question was, did you find it harder to train yourself for this fight? Since you were both getting ready for the fight, did you find it harder to train yourself?
No. Like I said, I remember now. Dorian separated very much good the schedule. Regardless, we always have a saying at home. It goes, I say, I'm the boss. Don't ever argue my decisions, but you always come first. That means I always put her priorities ahead. Maybe two or three times at the most during camp, I had to. Maybe stop my training to give her extra attention. She needed the extra push, but I'm worth it. She's worth it, and she's worth my time. Dorian had her ready too, so very few times she required me to let extra push, but she pushed me when I needed to. So it was great. It was hard, but it was great for both of us. We knew we were gonna win.
Okay, all right. So we've got thanks to the team, the fans, your beautiful wife. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to here at the end of the interview?
I gave everybody can remember, everybody in Brazil, mama, te amo, papai, eu e meu afilhado Matheus, que tá, se for em português, padrinho te ama, filhote.
All right, a bunch of words I did not understand there, but somebody out there in the internet sphere probably will. Thanks again to Jorge Gurgel, and George, congratulations.
Thank you.